Greetings, pharmacology students, and welcome to the summer session of NUR187, Pharmacology and Safe Medication Administration. This course is a prerequisite for paramedics and LPNs who are looking to get into advanced placement for their respective bridge programs. There may be a few other students in here, but hopefully you've already conversed with me over email about your preparedness for this. This is not an introductory to pharmacology course, so it really is imperative that you have some experience giving medications within your current scope of practice. So this will be a building block for that foundation that you already have. This course is 9 weeks according to the calendar, but really our first week is what I call a getting started week or introductory week. There's no real content. It is a chance for you to get all of your technological oars in a row here, so that week 2 starts with actual content and you do not have any technical glitches by that time. You've worked them out. And you do have a chance to earn some extra credit during week 1, during that getting started, by doing some of the things that you'll see in the syllabus, which will determine whether or not your technology is going to be servicing you well during the course. My name is Glenna Bayer, Bayer, and I've been teaching this course for many years. Also been teaching pathophysiology online for Mesa. I retired from Mesa. I can't believe it when I say it now. It has been 7 years, and it just went by like that. I am now in Colorado, and but I still teach pharm and I still teach pathophysiology online if you ever need to take that course, which that's, by the way, a hard course to take online, but some people need to do that. I currently work also for a company called ATI, and I do NCLEX reviews. Have been traveling during COVID, did Zoom, now back to about half and half Zoom and traveling to do a 3-day review course for graduate nurses who are preparing to take their licensure exam. When I was at Mesa, I taught primarily, after about 12 years, I taught primarily medical surgical. That was block 3 clinical instructor. And then for about the last 7 years, I was the paramedic to RN transition coordinator for Mesa. I've been a nurse for a bazillion years, and I started in med-surg, then I went to ICU, then I got involved in pre-hospital, teaching paramedics. I actually worked as a paramedic for about 2 years. Then I went into become an emergency department nurse, and then got into trauma. I directed a trauma program for about 4 years. Then I got into nursing administration, the worst job ever. Then I went into the cath lab, and where else? Then to telemetry and surgical oncology, did a little case management, and now I find myself in Colorado. So I'm no longer in clinicals. I'm sorry, I apologize for my voice. I didn't record yesterday because I was even worse than this. I'm still a little hoarse from some kind of a viral respiratory thing. But anyway, we're going to go systematically through. I'm going to talk a little bit about what your expectation should be for this course. Then we'll go through Canvas, we'll go through the syllabus, and then we'll stop at Lippincott, which is the e-bundle that you were required to purchase for this course, and talk about how you can be most successful using those resources as well. So those are those are what you should have in order. You should be on, if you're watching this, you're already in Canvas. So whether or not you have any experience in Canvas, you got yourself into the course, you started going through that getting started week, clicking on things, and found your way to this very important video. And then I will have you print out the syllabus if you haven't already. If you haven't found the syllabus, we'll go over where that is. Print it out, because that has not only your responsibilities, but also a calendar of week to week to week assignments. And then, as I say, here is your Canvas course. So you've made it all the way down to the instructor video if you are currently watching this. There's a syllabus quiz and an acknowledgement, very easy. You should have your syllabus printed out when you take this. There is a chance for 1 extra credit point by doing a getting started practice quiz in PrepU. PrepU is over on the Lippincott site. We'll talk about that when we get there. And then another extra credit point for doing a practice VSIM. And that is also on the Lippincott site. We'll talk about that. This is a link to, it's information about how you can access my highlights in the book. Yes, instructor highlights are in the book. The book is, the ebook I'm referring to is crazy packed with everything you can ever imagine under the sun about pharmacology. It's not imperative that you read this entire book. What I want you to focus on is not just the highlights, but also meeting the course objectives and the chapter objectives, the learning objectives as they are outlined in the focus videos. As you see here, every week you will have a focus video. That is me speaking to you for about 20 to 30 minutes about the content for that week and going over each of the assigned chapters. And there are lots of assigned chapters. I don't want you to freak out. But in each chapter, there's a certain number of learning objectives that I talk about. So I'll say, chapter 4, I want you to do learning objectives number 2, 6, 8, 9, 10. So I'm really focusing down or minimizing the information that you're responsible to. I do speak to that which nurses need to know. What do nurses need to know to be safe practitioners related to medication and medication administration? So that's why I kind of narrowed down the learning objectives. Then there is a weekly quiz. We'll go over that in the syllabus as well. That week, if you were to open this, it would say it is found on PrepU over at the Lippincott site. The only assignments that you will submit in Canvas are these drug lookup assignments. So let's just open one up here. And so this assignment is about pantoprazole IV. And it says, using the Lippincott Advisor, which is one of your resources on the Lippincott site. It's called actually the Lippincott Nursing Advisor. You're going to go to drug lookup and look up pantoprazole and then answer these questions. The preferred method of submission of these questions is, these assignments rather, is to copy and paste these questions, copy and paste all these questions into that answer box, and then answer the questions right into your response box and submit. So that is submitting the drug lookup assignments in Canvas. All of your other assignments are done in the Lippincott site. So let's go to the syllabus. If you click here, you will print out. You can open and then print out. So whether you want to open it right now and follow along, I'm going to show it on the screen. This is your syllabus. Our course runs from May 30th to July 28th. Weeks begin on Mondays. In this case, week 1 began on a Tuesday due to the holiday, and weeks end on Sundays at midnight. Actually, in Lippincott, it says 11:30 p.m. because in Lippincott, when you set it to midnight, it defaults to the following day. So know that Sunday night is the deadline for all of your assignments. Your refund date and your last day to withdraw with a W are here. If you decide, and they're come up very quickly, so you need to decide if you're going to continue in the class. If you want a refund for your tuition, you must withdraw before June 5th. So your required texts and resources, as I said, Canvas, the e-bundle from Lippincott, and we'll see in a following page how you can get access to that. You have the ebook, you have other learning activities, you have access to quizzes, you can self-quiz in PrepU, And also our midterm and final are given in Prep U. But you can also use Prep U to test yourself. Specifically, if you go through a chapter that is especially challenging to you, test yourself. Go to Prep U, pull up that chapter, say you want to do 15 or 20 questions, and you can see how you're doing. Also, the Lippincott Advisor, which is an unbelievable treasure trove of all things related to medicine and nursing. The drug lookup is there, but so is all sorts of information. We have patient teaching guides here about how to teach patients about their disorder or teach patients about their new medication. Lippincott Nursing Advisor is so rich in data that many hospitals actually subscribe to it as a resource for their nurses. That's all within your Course Point Plus, which is this bundle. The ebook is yours forever. It can actually be downloaded to 4 devices. So by the end of the course, I'll remind you again to download it. If you download it on day 1 of the book, but you're not seeing my highlights, you'll only see my highlights if you look at it online through the course. So no, you won't be able to download my highlights, but you can make your own highlights. You can copy my highlights if you like, and then save those in your book. And of course, Lippincott has very generous tech support hours if you have any problems with anything. This is our course description, our course competencies according to the Maricopa District. This is how this course is graded. You have a total of 300 course points, and you earn those points and earn yourself a grade. So you must have a minimum of 228 course points in order to get the lowest C. Look here, this is a reminder that this is a nursing course. 70% would get you a C in most courses, but 70% will land you in the D area here in this nursing course. So we have that higher expectation of performance in nursing courses, and this course lives under that statute. And this is how you'll earn your points. We have the online weekly quizzes that are in Prep U. Those are worth 10 points. Those are 10 questions about the reading for that week, and they are timed for 10 minutes. They're very simple, straightforward questions, so there's no critical thinking involved. It just has to do with, if you read the chapter. Once you open the quiz, the time starts. So whether you finish it or not depends on how you're approaching those questions. Students learn pretty early that if they go to look up the answer for every question, they run out of time. So if you answered 6 questions correctly, you will get 6 points for that 10-point quiz. Another way to earn points is via your vSim, which is, I don't know if you have if you're familiar or have experience with virtual simulations. It's a pretty rich program on this website, and there's 4 assigned, and you earn 10 points each for performance on those vSims. And it's got a little asterisk here, which sends you down here to learn that students must attain an 80% proficiency on this scenario and 100% proficiency on the post-test in order to earn the full 10 points. vSims, scenarios, and post-tests may be repeated. So if you do your scenario and you end up at 40%, if you watch the tutorial on how to approach your vSims, it will overview how to use the feedback log. You get a feedback log which takes you step by step through all the critical elements of performing this scenario. And you earn points by doing things correctly and in the right order and in a timely manner, and you lose points by failing to do that. So the feedback log gives you what it says, feedback about your performance and how to improve. So before you attempt your second attempt, let's say you've got 40 and you go, I know I can do better than that. Go to your feedback log, please review it so that you don't make the same mistakes again. There's also a pre-test involved in the VSIMs. The pretest is not required. As you see here, you only get points for performing this scenario and the post-test. However, I strongly encourage you to do the pretest because it's going to give you a clue as to what could be involved not only in the scenario, but also in the post-test. And again, the pretest is not graded, so it's just there for your learning. Parts 5 and Part 6 of each VSIM are not required for this course. As you proceed in the nursing program, Part 5 is about documentation. Part 6 is about guided reflection. As you proceed in the nursing course, you will probably be doing VSIMs that do require Part 5 and 6, but not required for this course. And again, you're encouraged to use the drug lookups in Lippincott Advisor for your drug lookup assignments. Please do not use Google. Here's your drug lookup assignments. There are 4 of those. They're valued at 5 points each, and for a total of 20 points. And then your timed exams, your midterm that covers content from weeks 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then your final, which covers contents from weeks 6, 7, and 8. For a total of 300 points. Now that the course is open, please contact me via Canvas. And usually I'm looking at those every single day. Attendance policy. There are assignments due every single week. So please know that you can't just, even though this is an online course, you have to keep your nose to the grindstone here and pay attention to the schedule and the deadlines. Your responsibilities are outlined in the student handbook. If you need extra help, there's resources available through the school. There's online tutoring. There's an enhanced learning enhancement center at both campuses, Red Mountain and Dobson. Information about those. If you have issues outside of this course that could become obstacles for your successful performance in this course or anything, if you have any kind of issues, there's counseling services available. We're not talking about academic counseling here, both at Red Mountain and at Southern and Dobson. Trained professional peoples that are there to serve you for free because you are a student at MCC. Academic misconduct, this has to do with cheating, zero tolerance for that. Student enrollment instructions. If you have never used a Lippincott course before, you do not have a Lippincott account, this will take you to how you create one. Then you'll make a purchase of this bundle, Karch Course Point Plus 8th Edition Enhanced Experience. You're not getting any kind of a physical book, as I said. It is an ebook inside this bundle of access to Prep U, VSIMs, everything else. And then you'll be given an access code with that purchase to activate the course. Now you have the course in your Lippincott account. Now you have to join my course. You have the generic course, but now you have to join my course, my class, which is this code number right here. You'll use, and then you'll be in the summer semester class. So here's your week 1 getting started. We call it the success module, and your chance to earn extra credit points, and a reminder to go to the tutorials in in Lippincott before you get into any, if you've never taken a Prep U test, for instance, you want to get into the tutorial first. If you've never done a VSIM, you want to watch the tutorial. And then week 2 is when we start. Here's our content. Here's our assigned chapters. Remember, I said there's a crazy number of chapters, but do not fear. Each of those chapters has a few learning objectives associated with it. I think in the video, I actually say you don't need to read chapter 1. Then you have one assignment due. Beside your week 2 quiz, you have your first drug lookup due in week 2, rather. And then we march through the weeks like so. And then here you have, after week 4, straddling between week 4 and week 5, we have the midterm. Midterm opens on a Sunday at 6 a.m., closes on a Tuesday at 11:30. 40 questions, so you have 40 minutes timed. Each is worth 2 points each. Then we have weeks 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, I have to correct myself. It looks like the midterm, let's go back up here. The midterm covers weeks 2, 3, and 4. The final covers weeks 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you'll see in each week if there's an extra assignment, it's going to be highlighted and in a different color. Here you have a VSIM due. Here you have a drug lookup due. And then your final, boom, then we're done. The final opens Wednesday at 6 a.m., closes on Friday. So first of all, that last week is shorter, right? We're not taking you all the way to Sunday. The semester, well, this course actually, I don't know if the summer semester ends then. It may well, but this course ends on Friday, July 28th. So here you have an extra weekly quiz because remember we didn't really have a quiz for week 1. This quiz, however, is a review of Chapter 4. Chapter 4 is a very important chapter in the ebook. It's about the nursing process and safe medication administration. So you were already tested on this in week 2, but we're going to go back and remind you how important it is by giving you another quiz on just Chapter 4 in week 9. So all assignments must be turned in by July 28th at 11:30 because that is the end of the course. They call it the Point, which is their platform. This is your course. This is how it'll look in your Lippincott account. We're going to launch it. My best advice is that you first go to the assignment page or to the assignment order of things. There's different ways you can get to the same material. Here's your course. We're going to go to content, and this is what I'm talking about, the assignments tab. Here you have access to, here's the bookshelf, so you can get into your ebook that way, but I'm going to show you a quicker way to get into it through assignments. The Lippincott Advisor, which has that drug lookup. It also has all sorts of information in it. So just go explore in the Lippincott Advisor when you get this course set up. PrepU is where all of your quizzes and exams are housed, but you can't see them until they're coming up. You'll be able to see a weekly exam for the week before it's due, but you'll also be able to access this through assignments. And then VSIMs you'll also be able to access through assignments. It's important to know that there are probably 12 or 14 VSIMs in here, 12 or 14 different patient scenarios. I'm only assigning 4, but feel free to go into VSIMs this way. Pick any one you like and put yourself through the paces. You'll be gaining confidence. You'll be learning what are those important critical elements of skill performance that this system in real practice is looking for every time, etc. So let's go up to, and here's where you'll see your Lippincott results, but you'll go to your grade page in Canvas. I transfer your performance from Lippincott over to the Canvas website. So let's go to the assignment page because I've taken all the information in this platform and organized it chronologically. Here's your practice VSIM. Here's your practice quiz in PrepU. Here's how you'll access it just by clicking. And then we do have, I didn't mention this, there's a couple of short, very short, 2 to 3 minute animated concepts, they call them. And this first week when we're going over how does our body use drugs, how are they metabolized, how are they distributed, how are they excreted, etc. You know, there's a lot of physiological issues there. So just a quick review, again, 2 to 3 minute videos. And then opening an ebook chapter can be done easily here, or you can go through the bookshelf if you like. But before you do anything, Oh man, I've cut off the margin here, so I don't know if you can see this whole thing. Up here it says training and support. The support might be cut off, but I want you to do this before you do anything in the Lippincott. Go to training and support. You are a nursing student, so you're going to choose nursing. And then it does have you put in some information here. Or maybe this is going to skip it. We'll see. You're in a Course Point Plus course, so you want to click there because you want more information about how to use this course. And that takes you to a sub-index here. This gives you the number for tech support in Lippincott. I also give it to you in the syllabus, and it's also in Canvas in its own little tab. Sunday, pretty generous hours, but no Saturday hours. Monday through Thursday, Friday. So let's go to the products. You could go all the way through this, but I'm advising you to go to PrepU. So look at the tutorial for how you use PrepU. Look at the tutorial for how you use ebooks. It'll show you how you can highlight, how you can save your highlights, how you can share your highlights. Lippincott Advisor is an overview of all the information that is contained there. As I say, it's a treasure trove of information. vSim Legacy is the vSims that you'll be looking at. And then if you want to challenge yourself, you could go to vSim Next Gen. We don't have any Next Gen vSims in this course, but that will be changing next semester. So you go to vSim Legacy, and let's just open this up for a minute because there's further subcategories here. Getting started, what are your resources for each vSim? How, what does the screen look like and where is it sending you? And then what is the learning path for how to be successful in a vSim? These are short little videos. And then how to use the feedback log, as I mentioned, to determine what are your deficiencies in knowledge, or maybe you did things, you might have performed in the wrong order. That's about it as far as this will take you. Maybe if you go through all of these, the worst case, it'll take you 20-30 minutes that you have invested in being successful in using these Lippincott products. So again, you find that under training and support at the top of any page. Training and support is right up here. So again, under the assignment tab, you have everything lined up chronologically. Now, some of these things are hidden, like this says it's hidden until June 6th. This is June 5th. This is a quiz that you won't be able to see yet until June 5th. Then it'll show up, and then it'll be available to you for a week. But remember, you can't go into it and then say, no, I've got to go out and do some more reading. Once you go into it, you only get one chance, one entry, one exit. So do not take your quizzes until you've done your reading, until you're fully prepared, until you've watched the focus video, the weekly focus video in Canvas, etc. So that's about all I have for you. If you have any questions, what have we done? We've looked at Canvas, we've gone over the syllabus, and we've gotten into Lippincott. And you've been strongly, strongly encouraged to use that training and support tab to look at some tutorials about PrepU, using the ebook, vSims, and the Nursing Advisor. If you have questions, you're going to contact me in Canvas. And I look forward to this quick summer course. And I look forward to you. Hopefully you're going to enjoy the course. Hopefully it's not going to be torture for you. You'll find yourself challenged for sure, but you'll come out better on the other end of it, and you'll have confidence in your safe medication administration skills. I usually start out with this, but I didn't this time, and that is that it's a statistic that we share, actually in the other course that I teach, that new grad nurses are involved in over 50% of the errors that occur in clinical areas. And that doesn't surprise me, but the majority of those errors have to do with medication administration. That's why it's so important for you to get yourself on track, get yourself into the habits of safe medication administration. If you never want to make a med error, that can be accomplished by not taking shortcuts. Not taking shortcuts can give you an error-free career. So, with that said, that's my high horse. I'm getting off of it now. And if you have any further questions, message me in Canvas and I'll get right back to you. Let's have some farm fun this summer. Thank you.